Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Corridor Cast.
Yeah, also known as cold ones.
Cold ones.
We give you the coldest takes.
For those of you who don't know, we're complaining about the lighting system.
Yeah, we're
we got going
fiddling
right now.
It's a lighting day.
There's a such thing as the lighting temperature. It's measured in Kelvin. It goes from super warm and orange to super light and blue.
Yeah.
Do you know why it's measured in Kelvin, Ron?
Isn't that like, doesn't that harken back to when like it was actual like tungsten filaments?
Basically.
And it was like the actual
it's the temperature
measured in Kelvin.
Yeah.
It's black body radiation, aka if you heat up a piece of iron to 3,200 degrees Kelvin, it will look like the hue lights we have. Or if you heat up to 6,500 degrees Kelvin, it'll look like the blue daylight ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's just Kelvin. There's no degrees Kelvin.
That's right.
It's degrees Celsius. And then you add, I think, 273 to it, and then it just becomes Kelvin.
Wait, why do they say
Because
degrees?
0 Kelvin is absolute zero.
Why do they have degrees on Celsius?
I have no idea.
Well, I thought 0 Celsius. No,
0 Celsius is freezing
No,
water.
I know. Sorry.
It's like
Just-
degrees.
I stopped myself.
I thought you'd catch it like mid-sentence.
Yeah.
I had my second ever piano lesson this morning.
What?
Yeah.
How old is your piano teacher?
Slightly younger than me, I think.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. He's actually, he does little like piano things on YouTube. His name is Jack Windham. I'm over alliterating,
Wyndham.
enunciating. Yeah, Jack Windham.
Ham.
Wyndham Wing.
So I caught his little like shorts on YouTube. I'm like, this guy knows what he's talking about. I find his shorts interesting. And then he's like, I do lessons. I was like, all right, sign me up. But yeah, I had my first one last week, and these are the first time since I learned clarinet in junior high school, and my mom got me lessons outside of school, that I've had a professional like music lesson.
Okay.
It's fun. It's really cool. I'm so clunky at like trying to do things I'm not used to, and it's really nice to like feel those like pathways in your brain that are muscles that like aren't used, but they get a little more limber as you start to like use them, you know?
This is interesting to me because I kind of thought you already knew how to play the piano.
Well,
I know there's levels to it, so
Yeah.
tell me about it.
I mean, I got into the piano because I wanted to learn music theory to some degree because, you know, I've jammed with Sam for decades, and I've always been on the drums, and Sam's been on the piano, and Sam would be like, yeah, I just like, you know, I play what sounds good. And he like busts out like a soliloquy, and then it's lovely. And
A little soliloquy? Wait, isn't a soliloquy like in a film noir thing where they go off and just start talking in their thoughts or whatever?
I don't know. I just
That's
said
a
it
monologue.
sounded-
No, not a monologue. It's when it's in their head,
Okay. Well,
like a VO.
Define soliloquy.
maybe I just go off and start talking in my head.
SOL. Yeah, there you go. Oh wait. Well, you could say this is a musical.
Yeah, it's a
soliloquy.
film noir thing.
An actor speaking
A
one's
little
thoughts aloud and by
This
oneself.
is called dance. It's basically dancing like no one's watching,
Speaking like no one's listening.
but with either with your thoughts or possibly music.
possibly music. But yeah, it's like
Stereo law.
I was always like, how do people know what notes to play outside just like it sounds
That was
good,
Master
which is like
Zap.
you
Zap's
know.
in the chat. Sorry.
Master Zap's here. What's up, Zap? How you doing? Long time no see. For those of you who don't know, Master Zap is a legend in the original 3ds Max shader game.
The shader game.
The shader game. Yeah, you know, like I've always wondered, like, how do people know what notes to play? And like, you know, there's like, okay, it sounds good. You can play it by ear to some
Maybe
extent.
they note it down.
They note it down. You're right. But there's like, you could tell there's a rule set behind it to some degree that would like inform you of like where to go with things. And I was always wondering what that was. And like, eventually I made like the jump into like looking up YouTube tutorials. And I just happened to stumble across this woman who was like 60 years old and teaching at a nursing home. And she made videos. And her like introduction to music theory was so understandable and approachable because she's like teaching like a bunch of 80-year-olds how to do it. And I was like, oh, is this what's at the core of it? And then like, you know, little by little I worked out from there. But I was like, I think I could figure this out. This makes sense. And then got into the piano because it's the easiest way to just like start expressing notes and chords and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's like music theory is complicated, but it's actually not that complicated. You can get, you know, fancy with it. It's more like the fluency of getting it from your head to your hands.
Do you
That's
think it's
hard.
less or more complicated than color theory?
If you're involving color science of like having the transfer.
Yeah, color theory. Color theory is not even like real. color
theories.
science. Yeah.
Okay, I meant color science.
It's like what color top should I wear with these jeans? You know, it's like that's ultimately color theory, right?
I'd say it's about on par with color science. Actually.
What's the opposite of purple?
What's the opposite of purple? It's like it's a linear. Okay, what? It's a linear spectrum, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. For me, like, yeah, the thing with music was, I don't know. It's
Sorry, so hold on. That's the thing.
Wait,
that color
back to
wheel, by the
color
way,
science.
the thing with the color wheel, by the way, the whole thing about complementary colors is they basically fake you out.
Yeah.
Like they have in order to make a color wheel, they basically invent a transition there from what is it, blue to yellow,
'cause as
Like, what is that color between green and yellow?
right? The whole
Isn't
like
that just green?
it's green. It's
well,
like
that, but also like between blue and red, like we just talked about Kelvin, right? Red is like what, like 3,000 degrees,
That's-
2,800 degrees Kelvin, effectively. Blue is like 6,000, 7,000. Where does purple come from?
It's not in there. Not in that transition.
Yeah, purple is our mental made up color in our brain.
yeah,
Purple is daylight.
Type color spectrum. Type color spectrums because this is really funny. You're Christian. Just pull up the color spectrum. Just like, yeah. Not a wheel. Not a wheel. Not a wheel.
The circle is a lie when it comes to
Yeah,
color.
the thing is, yeah, there we go.
It's actually a line. It's a gradient. Yeah.
Everyone's like, yo, purple and red. They're cousins, right? I guess so.
Roy Jubiv.
Now, like our whole concept of purple is just a artifact of our eyes seeing red and blue, and then combining those signals. There is no actual like purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
But
Anyways.
is your green the same as my green?
I think so. You
That's what
know,
I'm saying.
it's not fun to say it that way, but I kind of think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're colorblind.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like it's just subjective. Color theory is like super subjective. Well, but then it goes back to music. We're coming full
Oh,
circle.
nice. Just like the color wheel.
And so ultimately, you know what? When it comes down to it, yeah, it's all subjective because the music theory, like what? It's like technically wrong notes are in the eye of the beholder, you know?
That's true. There's a one lesson that I heard on YouTube that like really stuck with me. Is like when I was just starting to learn piano, and like I have good rhythm because I played the drums for a long time, and like that's like 90% of like making an instrument sound good is just playing it with some like rhythm and feel, even just playing the same note.
I also have really good rhythm because I've played Guitar Hero.
And Beat Saber.
Yeah. I say it jokingly, but low-key, I'm very serious.
Yeah, you probably do have very good rhythm.
Yeah.
Real quick, before we go any further, I want to talk about today's sponsor, Storyblocks. This is a service we've been using for many, many years now. It has been super useful for me, especially in my early days doing scale videos. I'd be like, I need to have a shot that demonstrates what I'm talking about right here. And I would literally just kind of search for that and find like a whole list of videos that I could just download at high quality. A lot of the times you can download like red footage, like ProRes files. Like it just depends on what they are uploading, and you can just download it. Main things to know, once you get the Storyblocks subscription, you have literally unlimited downloads. You can download their entire library of everything if you had the patience to do that, but you could. You can get all kinds of like motion graphics templates, you can even get music and sound effects, you can get pictures, it's all just, included with your license. Of course, a bunch of 4K HD video. There's no extra hidden fees or anything like that. You can do either monthly or annually. Storyblocks prides themselves on having real human-made content, so none of their stuff is AI. Their library is authentic. It's all human-made. In fact, we actually, on this podcast, one time found some AI stuff on their service, and we called it out here, and they immediately were like, no, that's not cool. We had a whole meeting with like their executive team and talked to them about all that. They were actually really cool about it. They want everything to be like human-grown. Basically, what that means is that on Storyblocks, everything you download, you can know was real. You don't have to like wonder. Yeah, the library is constantly being updated. I mean, I remember looking for stuff for like space-themed stuff this year versus like 5 years ago, and the library has grown immensely. So that's really cool to see. And honestly, one of the bigger, it's not too much of an issue for us on YouTube, but one of the bigger things about Storyblocks is that their licenses are bulletproof. You basically get a really high level of legal coverage for anything you get from Storyblocks. So you don't have to worry about it. And that is such a premium feature. Yeah, so if any of that sounds interesting to you, assuming you're like a videographer or editor of some sort, I highly recommend it. Like I said, we all use it. If you want to get started, just go to storyblocks.com/corridorcast, or you can just click that link in the description. Sign up. Let them know that we sent you. Now, all right, what were you talking about, Nico?
There's this one music tutorial which like gave me a bit of wisdom that like really made sense, which is like a guy was saying how no one ever practices chromatic scales. And you're like, why would you ever have to practice a chromatic scale? Because like a chromatic scale is just every note following itself. Like it's just all the notes on the keyboard.
You
right?
never practice that.
Yeah.
Why would you ever want to? Why would you practice that unless it's jazz?
That's the only thing I ever practiced on a trumpet.
Well, you might be playing a scale.
No, you
That's
just
different.
and you just hummed a scale. You didn't hum a chromatic pattern there.
So what exactly is a chromatic pattern?
All of them.
all
just
the notes.
all the notes.
on the keyboard.
Don't skip a note.
So a scale is like a
Including
certain
the black
selection of
keys?
steps. Because music's
Yeah.
just ratios of like the crazy thing is like our brains hear frequency ratios and they hear that as music tones, and for some reason that's connected to our emotions. And it's really weird how that works. But seriously, like an octave, let me turn off this tremolo. An octave are the same note, but it's the frequency doubled, and we can hear that, which is like, if you forget music for a second, the fact that our ears can be like, that's the same frequency twice as fast.
Yeah.
You just hear that as a note in your head.
And it
Not
makes me sad.
Yeah.
Not to mention, and then you start to get into weird things about like how fundamentals actually affect your hearing, and like how the timbre of each patch you're hearing there. It's like, you're focusing on a fundamental there, but the thing is, you're actually hearing in that octave and in those notes, you're actually hearing the frequencies of lower and higher versions of it at the same time too.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy.
Yeah, because they're in that frequency, unless I did a pure sine wave, there's other frequencies in there. And then when you play a scale, which would be like, oops.
We mean oops.
That's not every note. That's certain ratios between those notes.
Okay. So that's what I just hummed was that.
Yeah. That's a whole step. But the actual steps would be,
Right.
Yeah.
and which even,
Circus music.
yeah. And even then there's like, that's like a frequency thing. But yeah, like the guy was saying, yeah, play your chromatic scale. I was like, why do you do that? He's like, because when you start playing the chromatic scale over a song or over a jam, you start finding when you hit the right notes, and you find how to like get out of that chromatic scale and into like a spot where you want to be. And you start learning about like landing on notes and landing on moods and landing on the thing where you're not theorizing it, you're hearing it. And so when I started playing piano, I wasn't any good. I would start doing that. I would just start hitting all the notes until I'd land on a note while playing through a jam, and like little by little, like, oh, I can hear the song, and I can hear how it's funky when I leave it, and I can hear how it's good when I come back to it. And
It's not a mistake. It's just funky.
well, so then you do that with some rhythm, and then you sound like you're really good at jazz. Yeah. Anyways,
Was that your first lesson this morning?
it was my second lesson. So the other thing is like there's only 12 notes on a piano until they start repeating themselves in frequency, where like the frequencies are doubled. And of those, if you're playing a scale, you're only really playing 7 notes. So when you're working on a song, you're kind of just working within 7 notes, and you would express those through 1 through 7. They all like notes have names, A, B, C, D, etc. But like when you abstract it, because you can start a song anywhere, and it's just more about the relationship. It's like the note you start on is like the origin point in your 3D program, and you're
Okay.
measuring everything's relative to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you can sing "Mary Had a Little Lamb," but you can start from any note, and it still sounds like "Mary Had a Little
Yeah,
Lamb."
yeah.
So if you ignore your note names, which correspond to specific frequencies, and you just use numbers, then you can start from anywhere. So if Mary had a little lamb, Mary had a little lamb was like 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, or whatever. I'm not sure if I did it right.
That's like the minor version, but yeah. It's sad. Mary lost her little lamb.
Yeah, you can express a lot of songs through like numbers, and those are called intervals. And it's that aspect
Yeah.
of like abstracting music to intervals, and like practice your 2-5-1s or your 1-5-6-4s. That like I'm getting into that now, because you can dress that up in a lot of different ways, and it's both like simple because it's like 1-2-5-1. It's simple, right? But then the way you dress it up with the different frequencies that are at ratios that sound good to that frequency is where it gets really fancy and sounds good. And
Basically, he's talking about modes.
Modes and chords.
Okay,
Modes, chords.
I know
root notes.
modes from
Extensions.
my vibrations course.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for listening to our music talk, everybody. Now let's talk about video games for a second.
All right, watch out. It's the gamer hour. Here we
Yes,
go.
This might be what the thumbnail has on it. Arc Raiders. In the chat, tell me if you're playing Arc Raiders, because currently it's like one of the most played games right now on Steam.
So I was hearing
like
all the hype about
700,000
Arc Raiders. I was like,
players.
oh, interesting. So I watched a couple videos on YouTube about it. And I was like, okay. See, the thing is I'm not super interested in playing like squad-based games where you have to play with teammates. I'm more of like, I just want to play for like an arbitrary 20 minutes and decide if I want to stop without having to like have that awkward conversation with your friends. Like, guys, I don't want to play anymore. I'm just going to turn this off and like scroll on my phone. Like, that's the kind of gamer I am. I will enjoy playing multiplayer games, but I got to be in the mood for that. And most of the time I'm not. And so when it seemed like it was very much so like a squad-based thing, I was like, I don't know. And I just kind of didn't come back to it. I did get Battlefield 6, played a little bit of that, and haven't touched it since.
I like Battlefield 6 quite a bit, actually.
Battlefield 6 is still pretty sweet.
Yeah, and I love.
Everyone's saying that, but
Once you put a suppressor on your LMG, it's awesome. It's like the game's a shooting gallery. You sit down and you're just like, all right. And you just start one-handing the game. And you're just like racking up kills.
One-handing the game.
Yeah, no, seriously. You go prone and stuff, and then people are just running around. You're like,
That is why Battlefield is good. Is
And
because
then-
if you
yeah.
do a good thing in Battlefield, you can get like 40 kills. And the
Yeah.
game's not like, no.
it's the best. Not
Yeah.
not getting marked. It's like playing in hardcore mode, except it's casual. That's what the silencer does, anyways.
You're not wrong.
But Arc Raiders, everyone is obsessed with
So-
the latest hot game, Arc
have
Raiders.
you started playing Arc Raiders?
No, in fact, I'm probably not going to play
Sam
it.
just got into Battlefield. He doesn't want to switch.
Like, I don't want to switch games just yet. Like, I'm just getting invested in playing Battlefield. It's fun. It was a little bit of a grind. Yeah, Arc Raiders. Everyone played it.
Meanwhile, I've just gotten back into
Like 2
Call of
nights
Duty
ago.
mobile.
Yeah, dude. 2 nights ago, I saw like the Steam friends list was like 7 people playing Arc Raiders at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's an extraction shooter.
Extraction, get in,
But
get
here's the thing.
out.
This
That's the
started
deal.
with like Daisy. Daisy kind of like felt they were onto something with Daisy, and then they screwed it up, in my opinion, and kind of missed the mark really heavily. And then Tarkov kind of found it, and PUBG kind of found it.
Tarkov was way too hardcore
Dude,
though.
it's crazy. Like Tarkov against all odds, like the most impenetrable game with way too much hacking, and the most punishing game in the world. It's basically like not very well made Dark Souls of shooters. But at the same time, like it had this hyper realistic detail with all the ballistics and stuff. And they sold, oodles and boodles of Tarkov. And then everybody else is like, well, we'll take a crack at the extraction shooter. But every AAA company is just too wimpy. They couldn't handle it. They'd have to they couldn't handle like the real drama that an extraction shooter needs.
Like what? What's real drama?
Losing your stuff.
Oh.
And getting owned because you suck.
But it sucks having to find like a random gun part, and you're like, dude, I have no idea what gun this goes to.
So the
Like
guys
that was the
kind
problem with Tarkov. Just
Yeah.
too many like weird,
Too
like
much-
useless crap
yeah.
you get in your inventory, and you're like, damn.
and like hackers in every single round.
Also hacker. Yeah, I never.
In a
played
game
that
where
one.
like it matters, like your gear matters, to get killed by a hacker sucks.
Yeah.
And they didn't care. They they dealt with it a little bit.
So does Arc Raiders address that?
Arc Raiders basically takes an understanding of what makes those games fun, and then doesn't get in the way of that, and like designs around helping be conducive to that. So it's like you don't go in. It's not like a million guns with little finicky parts they have to find that fit to them. In fact, there's like basic guns, and there's just like gun level 1 through 4, and so you can find a basic gun or start with a basic gun, and then little by little you can upgrade it as you play your character until it's a high level gun, and then if you die, you lose it, and the other person can pick it up.
Is that kind of like Pop 1 where you'd get like the level 3 or level 4 weapons?
Yeah, basically. Except,
Color-coded.
it's like your progression in the game and like the items you spend to craft that weapon, like you can make it better. Like they've managed to like find the right amount of crafting in this.
Okay.
But I think the biggest thing is that like, like when everybody, I don't know how much you guys read gaming stuff, but like everybody says like, oh, everybody's just playing Fortnite and Counter-Strike. They don't have time, and Call of Duty. They don't have time for new games. It's so hard to break into the market. It's like, no, what? I mean, yeah, it's hard to make a game, but like Helldivers came out, everybody picked that up. Arc Raiders comes out, everybody picks it up. Like all it takes is actually focusing on good game design.
No one ever said that, by the way. Like people who play Fortnite exclusively and people who play Counter-Strike exclusively are not gamers. But like I don't consider they're not into gaming. I don't like when you're into gaming, you intentionally play different games.
No, that's the kind of the thing. Like you listen to like any CEO talk from any of these big game companies, and I was like, yeah, it's so hard to find gamers because it's so hard to break them away from the free to play games like Fortnite and stuff. And it's like, No, it's not. Just make a new game.
Just make a
Stop
new
reskinning
game.
the same old thing for the
Yeah.
100th time. Yeah, no wonder it's hard to break somebody away when you release Assassin's Creed version 18. Like, of course they're going to keep playing Fortnite because you're just reskinning your game just like Fortnite's reskinning theirs every week, you know?
Yeah, even Battlefield's just a little pathetic right now because they put like a battle royale mode in there, and it's just like,
I like the Battle Royale mode, but yeah.
I mean, I played it once or twice, but I'm like, I don't know about this. This is just kind of like weak battle royale.
You guys
don't-
win it all? To get number 1 in Battle Royale?
I got into second place.
Ooh. Fancy.
No, I didn't win.
Patronize me.
Maybe maybe if I won, I'd like it. No, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I think that is an example, in my opinion, of that line of thinking still, where you're like, Battlefield is not going to be popular unless we put a battle royale in there. It's like, well, or focus your time making your own game with your own mechanics that you invented good.
Yeah.
You know, rather than just lifting this other, like, you know, popular game mode.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of like with movies, too. It's like the big hits are ones that... Like,
Yeah, the dispatch mode, though, on the other hand, is kind of cool. That one's where it's like half battle royale, half like Warzone-y, where it's
wait. He's talking about the game called Dispatch that came out.
what was the
I know what you're talking about.
You're talking Red... not Red Sec.
Red.
It's like...
Oh yeah, isn't it that?
Is it Red Sec?
Yeah.
No, that's-
Red Sec's the battle royale one.
Yeah, there's another name for another one. They
Red
have,
secondary
little
color.
mini missions. But yeah, you know, like the magic that like DayZ touched upon and Tarkov touched upon is the idea of going into a world, playing a game that has some stakes, not too much stakes, but some stakes, being with your friends, and then being able to encounter other people on a question mark basis. Like, are they friendly or are they foe? And like, this is the magic
Sorry,
with
yeah, I
like
got it wrong. But yeah.
with TTT, right? Like when we were playing Nerf games and Airsoft games back in Node, it's like, okay, yeah, one side versus the other. You've seen it a million times. We're doing it again. It's fun, but like, where's the drama? What's interesting about the game?
Yeah.
And then Trouble in Terra's Town came out, and we started playing that. And it's like, okay, now there's a moment where it's like there's deception and character and talking and like moments before you get into the gunfight.
Yeah,
you know?
TTT was always my favorite.
Oh, mine too. TTT's the best.
It's the best.
And so when it comes to shooters, it's like, yeah, you can do an arena shooter, like, you know, in this, like Halo, you know, Force versus Force or Call of Duty or whatever. And like a battle royale is kind of an attempt at this also, where it's like, it's not immediately about just like fighting and killing somebody else. But an extraction shooter, like, you know, Tarkov or Arc Raiders, like they have that depth of human interaction. Whereas another team, and are you going to fight them? Are you going to let them go? Are you going to talk to them? Are you going to work together? Are you going to not? And in this case, there's also like a lot of people on console playing. So you go in with your mouse and keyboard. Everybody else has kind of a slow turning speed, you know? And it's a little bit easier.
Sure.
But yeah, it's good stuff. It's really fun. And it's like, it's not overly punishing. They're always leveling up, even if you die. And they always like give you a basic loadout if you need it to go in and like start fighting and leveling your character up. So it's almost more about like your character's life streak as opposed to like going in and not dying on your way out. Yeah.
A life streak.
Yeah. How long can your character be alive for? And like there's this one moment at the very early days of DayZ, and they never came back to us because I don't think they knew what they had. But you'd go into a town with your teammates, and zombies were dangerous. And they weren't like, oh, I can just mow them all down, and like they're slow. It's like, no, if 3 come at you, you will probably die.
Wow.
You know, 1 is a problem, 3 is a big problem. And what's the issue with guns? Well, when you shoot them, zombies hear it. So there's this immediate like punishment for fighting. So you go in and there's like another player, and it's a question of like, do I fight them? Do I take a shot at them, or do I need to make it the cleanest single sniper shot I can ever take? Or do I try to become their friend, you know? But if you take a shot, zombies are on you. And if they're on you, you might be dead. And so they had this like really fascinating balance of like, it's worth talking to people, it's worth not fighting. But at the same time, if they're walking around like a big loot pinata, maybe it's worth taking the shot. And no one else ever got that right, you know? Anyways, I'm enjoying Arc Raiders. It's really fun.
Yeah.
had my
Although
first
honestly,
game last night.
like Lethal Company and specifically, what's the other one we're playing? Where you're stealing the stuff out of the haunted houses and stuff. What was that one called? Repo. Yeah,
Repo's
like
fun.
those kind of games. There's another one I saw that came out recently called Yap Yap, where you're all like these little wizard guys. You're like these
Yap
like
Yap.
little. No, you pull this up, dude. Pull up.
Yap.
This one's on my
Spell it.
list.
Yap.
We
Yap.
should try this because if it's very much it's like sillier Repo.
It makes me want to play Mage Arena again.
Yeah. So
I like these little guys.
everyone is like these like cute little wizard guys, and you're going in, and it's once again it's that extraction kind of gameplay.
Nice.
I don't know, like for some reason these ones that are like co-op extraction games are. It's like that. This is really where like I think the entertainment's at.
Yeah, this is basically Dungeons and Dragons dungeon crawling. Like it's the magic of that brought into a video game genre. And you have to levitate things without breaking them.
Yeah, no. So it's very much like Repo, but just it's just that next iteration of it,
The heck?
Nice.
dude.
All right. I've never heard of this game.
Dude, it looks hilarious.
Oh,
This isn't a VR game, is it?
No.
Oh, goblins.
goblins. You know, I found out that the German word for goblin is kobold.
Oh,
It
Kobold?
means like a little mischievous spirit that lives in your house. Kobold,
Kobold.
which is like a little lizard guy from Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, this one looks pretty sweet.
Ren, you told me in the pre-show that there's a TV show that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah. So I just started watching it last night. It's new. It's called Pluribus. Have you heard of it? It's an Apple TV show from Vince Gilligan, who wrote Breaking Bad, Better Call
Yeah,
Saul.
I heard about
I did-
this.
I did see the poster.
It's
for
it's
this.
technically called Plur One Bus. And part of me is like, I don't want to talk about it because I think you should go in cold, not having any idea what it is, because that's what I did. I just kept hearing good things about it. I'm like, all right, fine. I'll fire it up and we'll play it. And I was like pretty much instantly hooked. It gave me a lot of vibes from, what's that? Three Body Problem.
Oh yeah.
It's a little bit of that. Basically,
Not
it's
the Netflix Three Body Problem, but the book.
like the story,
Okay.
like the context
Oh,
of like
this
aliens.
is an alien book?
It's a sci-fi thing. It's not a book. It's not
sci-fi,
based on a
sci-fi.
book. Like Vince Gilligan like wrote this.
Okay. Well, I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah. Don't
Sorry,
watch the trailer.
Aliens,
No, don't even
and you
watch
say it's good. I'm like kind of sold.
It's hard to describe, but basically it opens up with they're at this like astronomy center, a bunch of satellite dishes, and they find a signal from 600 light years away, and they slowly but surely start figuring out what the signal is, and they start integrating it, and it turns out it's a virus that infects people once they
really?
figured it out, and it transmits from mice to people, and it becomes a whole thing. And I don't want to spoil what that thing is, but it's just like, oh wow, this is interesting.
That's
And by
cool.
the end of the episode, I was like, I'm hooked. I'm
That's
hooked.
cool. Yeah, new ideas in story writing. Heck yeah. Let's
Is
go.
it a mind virus?
It's a mind virus, yeah.
Yeah.
But what does the mind virus do? You should watch. I mean, I think the trailer will likely spoil it. So if you want to go in cold, don't watch the trailer.
Yeah.
But because Breaking Bad was amazing. I never got into Better Call Saul, but I heard that was also really good. And this time around, Vince Gilligan was like, "What if I make like the main character a good guy?"
It's funny.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I want to talk about it with people, but I also don't want to spoil it.
I've been working my way through the studio slowly but surely.
Oh, I want to finish that. I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in. My problem with the studio is that like they intentionally try to go in on that hard, cringy humor that just makes you really uncomfortable. It's like, oh
Dude,
no.
I was writhing during the Wonder episode.
Yeah,
when he comes out of the
exactly.
bathroom and interrupts the shot.
Exactly.
Like, not to mention, like, I have been there in that situation. Not as Matt, the bumbling studio executive, but just like trying to get a one take like that, or just a shot with the sun's in the right spot, and you're like, "Ah,
yeah.
get the frickin' joint. You're like, bring me the prop that should have been here. Like, yeah, it was. I was like, the whole time I was watching, I couldn't handle it. It was great though. It was a great episode.
Yeah.
You know,
But I haven't finished it.
we've been talking, you know, we want to get Seth Rogen back in here for another visual effects artist react. I think that'd be awesome. And think about that, like, you know, whenever a guest comes in, it's always nice to have like a cool little clip to show them something that you're working on, you know. And so I had a dream where we were gonna shoot react. He came in like, okay, let me show you some of this like, you know, stuff we're working on for this Toy Story video. And I pull up Discord, and it's kind of being weird, and I can't find the chat thread. It was like that weird feeling of like you want to show somebody a clip, but it takes you a moment to find it on your phone. You can't quite find
And
it.
the other person's kind of just standing there being polite.
yeah,
Like,
it was that dream, and that went on for about 10 minutes. He was being really polite, waiting for me, and I couldn't find it. I was like, I guess I can't find it after like 10 minutes. It's like it was the worst feeling in the world.
oh no.
It was rough. So the next night, I have a dream, and it's I have this moment like, am I awake? I think I'm awake. Yeah, I'm not dreaming. I even like wrote something down my journal. I can read it. Okay. Oh, anyway, Seth Rogen's coming in for React. I should show him that clip though, for real now. And I had the same thing happen to me in 2 nights in a row. It was the worst.
Oh my god.
You are so concerned subconsciously about messing up that
Yeah.
interaction with them.
Wow.
And then the next day, Discord was acting weird, and the icons weren't showing up. I'm like, am I dreaming again? What's going on? Because like literally in my dream, Discord was glitching out, and like the icons were screwing up, and like, oh man.
Man, what's up with that?
Still
So,
makes
like,
me
is
anxious.
it
Just
Thinking
save
about
the
it.
save the videos from Discord to your
Yeah,
camera.
my wife
Now
said
we
the same thing.
you know, like before screens and all this stuff in TVs, you know, did people like have dreams where their like steam engines wouldn't be working?
Probably.
You know, where they'd be like
my
"But all
train won't make it."
The pistons are well oiled here. We got tons of coal in the furnace here. Like,
I
but
bet
there's no steam coming up, but it's spinning.
Probably.
Like,
I
the train's the
100% that has been a
the
dream that
trolley's
has
not
Well,
happened.
moving.
here's a question: Have you guys slash people in the chat? Have you guys ever had the dream? And it's more like when you were a kid.
Ancient Greece.
You're sitting in the backseat of the car, and you look up, and no one's driving.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Cars
it's that
falling
one.
down
Oh, I've never had that one.
The no
Never
one's
had that
driving one in the back seat. Yeah, that's
Oh, you
classic.
wake up, oh crap! You're like trying to unbuckle and like, should I stay buckled in and just wait for the car to crash? Should I unbuckle and try to save it? What do I pull? Like, and, yeah,
So that's
I've had that
once
dream.
Well,
again
I've never had
1800s
that one.
carriage ride. They look out. No
I
one's
think so.
No one's piloting
Yeah,
the
there you
horse.
go.
no one's
People have
whipping
this.
the
No one's whipping the
draft
horse.
horses. Ancient Greece, they're on the abacus. Like, wait a second, there's not enough beads over here. Like technology dreams, right? Not working. That's such a weird subconscious like nightmare scenario of like some sort of logical, like either like a machine or something that like is supposed to like function in a certain way, and then like being unable to get it to work, or it's like refusing to work. Mm-hmm. It's kind of funny.
But yeah, moral of that story: watch Pluribus if you have Apple TV.
Speaking of aliens, I've been reading Anathem, which is Neil Stephenson's highest rated book on Amazon.
How is it higher rated than like Snow Crash?
That's what I thought. So I started reading it. It's a little bit of a slow burn at the beginning, but it's a really cool concept in that it takes place like in the year like 4000 or something like that relative to our time. So this is the year 2000 that takes place in the year 4000. And in order to like make science and math,
We are more ancient to them than Jesus is to us.
in order to make science and math like propagate, they basically set up monasteries, and the idea is that you go into this and you either dedicate to 1 year, 10 years, 100 years, or 1,000 years, and you go in and you don't have contact with the outside world for that amount of time. And so the idea is like if you go in as like, for example, like as a hundreder, you go into this monastery, you live within the walls, you have no contact with the outside world and society in the outside world, so you can just focus on your math theories or your physics or whatever for those 100 years.
Jeez.
And it's untainted by the politics of the world and the culture of the world. None of that stuff matters. It's like basically the pursuit of like pure truth and theory.
Seems
So-
awful.
Well, it's really interesting because it starts with one of those characters, and of course, they get kicked out.
Oh, okay.
and they have do they have the whole outside world moment, or like
Well, the thing is, there's a festival every 1 year. There's like the annual festival, then there's the 10-year festival and the 100-year festival, and that's when those people who are in the convent for that long get to have contact with the outside world. So, for example, in every decade, in the year 4000,
the 10-year festivals are bangers. The 1-year festivals are a little more mild.
Yep. This is exactly how the book describes them, actually. Yeah.
Okay. And the 100-year festivals are the ragers.
Yeah, they had like 30,000 people show up for their 1,000-year festival. They didn't have enough chairs and tables.
Wow, what a
old is the book?
detail.
I think it came out in the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Neil Stephenson's been writing for a while.
Yeah. It's good. His prose is lovely.
Seven Eves is still my favorite of his. I haven't read many of his books, but
Yeah,
that one's more recent.
I decided between
the
that
last-
one and Anathem.
Okay, yeah. Do Seven
Yeah.
Eves next.
Like the writing's good because it makes you, when you're reading his stuff, he feels like he's an expert on whatever he's writing about. But it's always fiction.
Yeah.
On top of that too, so you're like, oh, like what the hell? Like, how do you write? Like, how do you write fiction and know that much at the same time? Like, you can't, because it's like you can't sit down and write about like the intricacies of like a World War II submarine, unless you've already done the research. But hold on, how are you, like, do you do like it's the cart and the horse thing? Well, hold on. How can you come up with a story idea then if you don't know the intricacies of what you're going to be writing about now?
It's funny because you perfectly described this book because he's like right now he's talking about
Yeah.
like satellite physics and like orbit and like how you can see
Yeah.
most of the planet depending on your polar versus like angular orbit.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's weird.
Yeah,
I know, it's like-
and that's the characters that talk about this and they try to solve like it's
I know, and I can't tell if this is like like the AI hallucination thing where it's like if someone just like writes convincingly enough, you're like, oh wow, that's like
I mean,
how
that
it
is
works.
absolutely the case.
there's definitely a little bit of a magic trick there. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like that's.
I mean,
it's
if
got to
you-
be what's going on, because you can't. Once again, it's like hold on, you can't if you can't come up with your story idea until you do the research. It's like, is it really that good of a story idea?
I mean, if you've ever read Dan Brown, you can absolutely write very convincingly without really knowing what you're writing about.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I've never read his books, but yeah.
I was when I was in like
Analogy
middle school. I was
understood, yeah.
obsessed with his books.
Except what was the one before the Da Vinci Code?
Angels and Demons.
Yeah, that one I thought was actually pretty fun.
I like that one a lot. My favorite was Deception Point, where they discovered an asteroid in the ice up in wherever it was, and they find fossils in the asteroid. They're like, whoa! But then the government comes out and they're trying to like prevent this from getting out because it turns out, spoiler alert, the rock was planted by humans. But they have like remote controlled mosquito bots and like these snowmobile ice skates and like the Aurora airplane jet that could fly at Mach 6, 50 feet above sea level and all this crazy stuff. But it was all framed from the standpoint of like, this is all real. The government has all this stuff decades beyond current
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah, your natural history museum. Yeah, that whole thing about the dinosaurs is just a way to inflate ticket prices. Like it's a cabal of museums. They got dinosaur fossils on lock. All right,
Zap got to meet Neil Stevenson.
good times.
I heard he's cool. CyberAid. I saw some people asking about the
Nice.
Steam headset. Have you guys looked into the new Steam headset at all?
So I haven't
Nah.
I haven't seen much about it. I've had to be very silent about what I have known because the people who have told me about it are NDA'd. But I remember hearing about it in great detail about a year ago. And I was actually surprised it took so long to finally come out. Basically, it's been announced and people are not super excited about it because it's not super good on paper. But I think Steam is trying to push playing 2D games on like big screen TVs in VR, potentially in 3D. I'm not exactly sure. Honestly, I haven't seen their announcement yet. So
It's like a little Quest kind of situation.
yeah, it's basically a small little Quest. It's a standalone headset. Apparently, there is some sort of like Steam box that comes with it. It might be a PC of some sort or like a Steam box or a Steam computer, whatever their Linux-based Steam computers are called.
Interesting.
Um,
So it sounds like their big play here is wireless to your computer. No more Quest 3, put all the battery and programming on the headset. It's dedicated, plug this into your USB on the computer.
Yeah,
and
I
have
see
a
that. It's like
66 gigahertz stream.
but it
to
is
the
wireless.
headset. No, that's what I mean. You plug the dongle into the computer, a dedicated wireless dongle.
So it's not
the
over your
headset.
stupid
it's not
Wi-Fi.
standalone?
Yeah.
I thought it was standalone.
No, I don't think
So
so.
you need to be near a computer.
Yeah, so you need to be with a computer. But you know what? I'm down for
Better.
that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
sweet.
that's better.
Yeah,
I'm super down.
I
Like,
heard it was going to be expensive.
Ooh,
I
we look-
don't want
Probably.
that.
because they don't have they're not sinking.
So it's got the same sort of display that the I heard it was going to be $1,800, which I
No,
guess-
it's not.
Oh no, that's the
that's
Samsung. Sorry,
that's
never mind.
Samsung one currently, the
Um,
TBD.
I'm sure it'll be like $600, $700.
This sounds super sweet.
Yeah, honestly, like the Quest 3 is a great headset, but it sucks that you're locked into like Meta and this like kind of BS push they have for Horizon Worlds, which is like their huge investment that they made for being the metaverse. And so like everything's just like integrated with this like really kind of crappy Roblox vibe like world around you where it's like you want to go to your world with your friends, you want to go over here, look at all the people over here, well, let's take you to the store page. Actually, let's look at all the Meta Horizon worlds you can go to. It's like, guys, I just want to
you
play.
don't have to do any of that.
No, but it's like it's in your way the whole time.
Well, not for me. You just turn it on.
Boot up your game.
You don't even quit
Wow.
the previous game.
Yeah, when I
But
turn it
I
on, it's like it
I
just
understand the
takes me to my
sentiment
game
as a
library.
whole.
Point being is like it'd be nice to have a headset hooked up to your computer, which is open and you can.
Yeah,
do
and
whatever
by
you
the
want
way,
with it.
yeah, dude, I played like one. I got the Steam Link working, or what the link connection to the Quest working.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm just gonna try like the actual Steam VR version of the game really quick, and it's just like, dude, night and day. It's just like, dude, like freaking booger blobs on the Quest, and like actual textures on your PC. It's just
Yeah.
like, wow, the games looks like crap
No,
on the
I-
Quest when you
yeah.
actually see a real VR game.
Last year, I finally got like a new router, like a Wi-Fi 6E router, specifically just so I can connect my Quest to my computer and actually like play PC VR games. And the quality difference was massive, and the latency and frame rate wasn't that big a deal.
No.
But it's only not a big deal if you get the right router. If you're just going through your normal internet, it's kind of might be kind of janky. So I started playing Half-Life Alyx again, but I only got like halfway through the game before it kind of stopped.
Halfway Ren. Yeah.
So yeah, the Steam frame came out today. For a long time, it was codenamed the Deckard. The Deckard
What came
from Star Trek.
Deckard.
Deckard.
Deckard is from Blade Runner.
Deckard.
Wait, you're right. It is. It's from Blade.
The
Runner.
holodeck is from Star Trek.
Yes, Captain Deckard.
Captain Deckard. No, this
Yeah.
sounds like the true evolution. It's basically just a VR headset with it's wireless now. There's no cable. So
Yeah, that's
great.
nice.
And it doesn't require the base stations, the lighthouse stations.
Yep.
I believe.
Yeah, good.
Great. Good for them. Yeah, this sounds great, and I hope people like it.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
But from what I've heard, it's not very good. So your mileage
doubt
already
it.
vary.
From what I've heard, it's excellent.
Okay.
Just gotta balance out the rumors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Imagine that.
Very familiar controller design.
Most look
Those
like.
are very familiar.
Yeah. Interesting.
Straight up Quest controllers. Wow, are they just straight up Quest controllers?
Are those straight up Quest controllers? Because they look exactly
Look
the
exactly
way the
the
battery goes in there.
Well, they got 4 buttons on
Oh,
the
yeah,
right
that's got
and a D-pad on the left, as opposed
Wonder
to
if it-
2 buttons on either side.
Probably made in the same factory.
So a lot more
Support
buttons.
standalone.
And the reason for that is because they're trying to make the controllers compatible with regular games. So you can play Arc Raiders on this.
Well, you can do standalone if you want.
yeah.
Yeah, because I know Unreal Engine has a thing now where if games are made to a certain protocol or standard in Unreal Engine,
The UEVR,
they are all VR compatible.
Oh, you're not sharing the screen, are you?
technically, yeah.
Oh, not right now.
Okay, all good. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if people were watching this or not.
But theoretically, there's a
Early
certain point with
VR.
Unreal Engine games, they're all VR capable. Granted,
Oh yeah,
not
so it was a
designed
Steam
for it.
machine. Steam machine.
Steam machine.
Steam box is what I was calling it earlier.
Steam machine.
Yeah, so since you're becoming newly obsessed with Linux and all that, what are your thoughts on Steam machines? Because they're Linux computers for gaming.
Well, they've had Steam machines around for a long time.
I know, but
They never really took off because there really wasn't a point. Like, if you're capable enough to run a Steam machine, which is a Linux computer, you're not going to buy a pre-built one that comes with like a premium price tag. You're just going to build your own computer and save yourself $1,000. You know?
well, no.
Possibly.
The Steam machines were cheaper.
No. They were for the power you're getting. If you once again, if you're capable enough to run a Linux operating system, you could build a machine that's like twice as powerful as a Steam machine for the same price.
But I'm pretty sure the Steam machines were based around Steam, so it's like Linux was like the backbone of it, but you never really like saw the Linux operating system.
You're right.
You basically booted up and it was Steam. It was like an Xbox.
They wanted it to be like an Xbox, but it was never quite like an Xbox. That's the main thing. You know,
Having never used one, I can't say.
well, not all games were compatible back then either.
Oh, true. I did know that. Yeah.
You know, as we go into the future, I can see that becoming more and more of a thing. Because also, like, you have this issue now where GPUs are being so eaten up by machine learning and AI that it's hard to like be a gamer who's looking for GPUs. So if they can start making like
Wow,
more,
this is like the hardest time in history to be a gamer.
this is the hardest time in history to be a gamer.
Gamers have never had it worse.
Gamers had to deal with the crypto wars of 2020, and now they have to deal with the AI bots of 2025. And they just want their GPUs for polygons. You know, we just want to push some.
Let's be real. Are the AI
frames.
machines that like that like OpenAI are building? Are they really coming after gamers' GPUs?
It's more that the company that
I
was
feel
making the GPUs now doesn't.
Yeah,
gamers
no,
make up
yeah.
like 2% of their market now. They're like,
Yeah,
I
they're like,
guess.
oh, these
Yeah.
gamers. We'll
NVIDIA
just like
doesn't really
shovel
care
off.
anymore
Like they're
about
just like,
gamers.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll give them all the bad chips. Yeah,
Let's just say it's not as major of a focus, and that to be fair, there is a silicon shortage and a memory shortage because that's all going into the AI machines, which is crazy to say. So they're not going into gamer GPUs, and gamers are having to pay premiums for the GPUs.
Expensive graphics cards now.
yeah.
So
NFTs are going to take off any day now, guys.
So like a Steam Machine Linux box, it's like not based on like current GPU architecture if it's possible, and it's like more based on like an integrated architecture like what a Macintosh has. I could see that taking off in the future. Yeah, we got our second Linux system now in the office.
Is it running now on the 5090 machine?
Yep.
All right.
We actually, it could only run one NVMe at the time, so we've committed to a pure Linux machine just for the time being.
Oh no, it'll do once he puts it back in.
Once we put the other drive back in, which is not in yet.
Oh,
So
yeah.
right now it's a committed single Linux machine.
Correct. Right now.
But it's good to force ourselves a little bit, into it. It's like speaking a new language. Yeah. Anyways. These guys think it's the most comfortable VR headset they've tested and has a wider FOV than the Quest.
I mean, it does look really comfortable.
Yeah.
It's the biggest downside to the Quest 3 is it is heavy. And it's
Alright.
not as heavy as the Apple headset, the Apple Vision. That's just I don't know anyone who really likes that headset, to be honest. For $3,500 without tax, and it plays some apps.
Yeah.
It doesn't have games on it.
Oh jeez.
It's not the right vision. No pun intended. It's like it's a little marred
A
by
little 2 plus.
what's already out there and like what people want. But I don't think like anybody really sat down like from scratch. It's just like I'm gonna build something from scratch with no expectations. That's what a VR headset should be. I'm not quite sure it's in that realm. Yeah. Anyways, I have a question for you guys. It's just a little fluff question, but who's a YouTuber out there who you would like to meet, who you have never actually met?
Preston Goes.
Okay. All right. Why?
Big fan of his channel. He's great. He's got a really good attitude. He does adventures. He does like little builds to like he made a train car and he went out to Idaho. He's got like some musical talent, so he's always making small little like songs and stuff. My wife and I both love his content. We watch his videos as soon as they come out. I think he's here in LA. I would love to meet him someday. I want to reach out. I haven't yet, but yeah, I've been a fan of his for quite a while. And he's gone to the frickin' that one bridge I went to with Jan last year.
Nice. Dude, he's on a little train car.
Blanking on the name. The
Bridge to
biggest,
Nowhere?
the Goat Trestle Bridge down near San Diego. That was the big adventure we did last year with Jan and Alex, and we went out to it on a one wheel. I'm pretty sure we're the first people to ever get out there on a one wheel.
Huh.
We had to use the float wheels long batteries to make it. Anyway, Preston is a really fun YouTuber. So that's my answer to that.
Great answer. That's a great answer. And looks like an awesome channel. I'm going to have to check this out. This looks like a dream you've had as a child to ride a train car down train tracks.
Yeah, he's got a lot of other good videos too. Go back to his channel real quick. Yeah, he just recently hit 1 million subscribers, and he was live streaming when it happened, and it happened so much faster than he was expecting.
Huh.
It's crazy seeing his videos. I know he's got 4 million, 2.8, 1.7, and then he's
Wow.
barely got 1 million subscribers.
That's weird, isn't it?
He's
that
only been
funny?
doing this for a couple years, 3 years maybe.
It doesn't. I mean, I'm just saying, like,
there's-
I can't believe
yeah.
he doesn't have 1 million subscribers.
He must not do a lot of shorts.
I don't know. He does some
No.
shorts.
I don't know.
No,
Yeah, I guess
no,
not.
No.
They all got like a bajillion
They
views.
stop. Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, Preston, if you somehow happen to see this, would love to collab. If you think of anything, let me know.
Yeah. How are you, Sam?
I don't know. I don't know if I really have an answer to that. I mean, I don't know.
Do you spend much time on YouTube?
Yeah, I watch YouTube videos here and there. I don't know. I mean, it's like the difference of like, I enjoy watching their videos. I don't know necessarily if I'd be able to, there's more than just simply saying, hey, cool videos. I'd be able to say in real life. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. I don't necessarily like, I enjoy being a viewer of their channels, and I don't know. That's what I can offer.
Nice.
Now, how about you?
Man carrying thing. You guys ever watch any man carrying thing videos?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know this guy.
Yeah.
He makes like 1 minute videos.
Yeah, his stuff's fantastic. Excellent comedian writer. Also, like, I'd like to meet Scott Manley. Like, he comments on our videos all
Yes.
the time, but I've never actually
You gotta
met
go
him.
to the Open Sauce, man.
I watch his videos all the time,
And he
too.
watches a lot of our videos.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd like to meet you, Scott, at some point.
Yeah, Scott Manley is one of the smartest people I've ever met. He's one of those guys you're just like, after a brief conversation, you're just like, you're taken aback by like, wow, this guy's really intelligent. Oh my God.
It's always so intimidating.
I'm also like, remember that collab we did with him for the Universal video, the Universal
Yeah,
logo
yeah, yeah.
video? Worked with him on that, trying to figure out some of the math on it, and he put out his own accompanying video. And I just remember being very jealous because we spent weeks on this video, like trying to like formulate the layout of the video, doing all the visual effects, editing it all, getting it all done and produced. And Scott's companion video was literally him sitting in front of a camera for like 20 minutes, almost one take. And for like the first 2 weeks, those videos had the exact same number of views.
Yeah, man, that's the difference some like really high level insight makes, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. It's like there's no shade thrown his way. I was just like, man, must be nice.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Also, somebody mentioned Ben Jordan. I would love to like hang out with Ben Jordan for an afternoon.
Ben Jordan.
Yeah, no, he seems like
About his projects.
yeah.
They mentioned Mr. Steele. We've worked with Steele. I've been friends with Steele for
Yeah.
9 years now.
Have you guys heard of? You guys know Posey? Posy?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's I think in Amsterdam or something like that. Posey's rad. His channel.
Wait, I do know this guy.
Yeah,
Badass.
this stuff is
Not Posey, the other guy. Ben.
these are like
Ben-
these videos are hilarious. They're
His
just
videos are
like
amazing. They're like he cares so much about the fidelity of his videos, and they are shot beautifully, and the sound design is amazing. Like he's a huge audiophile and like really into like old audio systems, but it's not all about like old audio systems. He's the guy that made the here's how you can detect motion by offsetting 2 frames and putting them onto difference modes. You've seen us use that before. You've probably seen GIFs from it. Where like it's like a shot of a field and it goes to, like motion mode. You can see all the bugs flying in the air against black.
Okay. He
He's-
developed that?
Yeah, he was the one who made that video and like basically shed light on that idea.
I mean, I've been using difference mats for a very long time.
Well, his was the whole like how do you detect motion, like, and he shows some really cool stuff. Yeah. Anyways, I did a whole Gaussian splat video too. Like he has like he's all over the place in a good way. But it probably makes him hard to find a foothold with an audience. But I love the passion because everything he does is rad. Yeah.
Sick.
Have you guys been watching the Ultimate Self-Defense Championship?
No.
it's great.
Ultimate self-defense.
Yeah.
Championships.
So.
This sounds hilarious.
Oh wait, did you leave a comment on one of these
I
videos?
did.
Because when I was logged into the
I've been meaning to
Corridor
reply
Crew
to
channel, I
Rokas.
saw like notifications, everyone being like, "Oh my God, Corridor's here!"
Yeah.
Ultimate self-defense.
One of the guys, Sensei Seth, has commented a bunch of our videos in the past, and he's a martial artist on YouTube, does great stuff. And then Rokas is the guy that has this, and this is the 3rd season of it. And it's really cool. He basically gets like UFC fighter. He has like karate expert, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, etc. Like actual armed forces people. He gets one of every type
You want to share the?
of martial arts. And then he puts them in protective gear and gets a bunch of like real badass dudes to like be like the goons, and then puts them into situations. He's like, just go. And like here, scroll down, Christian. I'll point you to an episode that we can look at here. Do 6 martial artists locked with a knife attacker. So here they put paint on knives, and it's like, okay, so if you're in a room with a guy with a knife, which discipline is going to what strategy is going to get you out of this with like the least amount of cuts? Can you survive? And it's like full contact, and like people go hard, and it's really really interesting to watch. It's like American Gladiator, but with like actual gladiators.
Man, when
jump to like the middle.
Going full out is no joke. Like full contact is no joke.
Yeah. All right. So he's trying not to get stabbed.
Oh snap!
And you're basically, it's like, don't, smash the guy in the balls or break his teeth, but like treat it like you're in a high end sparring fight and just go for it.
Did he get stabbed in the face? It looked like he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he puts his helmet back on.
That will never not be funny to me. Like, just laying down, feet up. He's like, "Come at me, bro." I've always wanted to do this.
So this guy's actual like professional MMA fighter. And yeah, it's really interesting to watch because like everybody's got different techniques and strategies, and it's like really cool to see different martial arts disciplines being put to different tests. And, it's like it's kind of, we play around with some of this stuff when we do node videos, and that mostly be like airsoft based and like gun based as opposed to like physical fighting.
This is the thing. That's like idea. I mean, I've talked about this with D, but like doing kind of similar stuff, but with airsoft games.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're like, no, like let's either rent a house or like find someone with a house, and it's like, all right,
Burglars break in.
go
Home invasion.
lie down in your bed,
Oh boy.
and
Do a home invasion.
and like at some point in the next hour, someone might start coming into your house.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, that's the airsoft game. And it's like we're not maybe 3 people, and maybe they'll surround the house. Who knows? Like,
Yeah, and so they're on season 3 right now, and for the first episode, the very first thing they did was like, everybody says you should run away from a fight, so that's what we're gonna set up. Here's 4 guys with weapons. You guys are 30 feet in front of them. Go, and it's like, and they have to run. And it's
Man.
actually they did like in an airsoft
Man.
place, and then you see all the different people and like they have the different strategies, and they also brought in 2 parkour guys. Like, who can they escape when other guys couldn't? And the parkour guys did great. They just like slipped through holes in windows and jumped over fences like it was nothing. And there's like a car you had to get into to drive away. Yeah. So,
That's
anyways, Ultimate Self-Defense Championship.
so
Highly recommend
going to a
watching
parkour academy is probably the best self-defense.
For honestly, yeah.
Like this, yeah, right.
Considering what you're like, yeah, because you're running away, right? That's the first rule of self-defense is to try to run away.
Yeah, but the title of this video says
Why
just running away is a myth.
Well, because
Or is that just the
everybody who wasn't a parkour guy got beat.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, once again, just run away isn't. I mean, that's the thing. I don't say anyone says, "Jay, just run away from a fight." Like, no, it's avoid the fight
Yeah.
specifically, and avoiding doesn't mean getting to the point where the fight starts and then fleeing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
don't go to where the fight is.
The other thing is, like, a lot of the guests he has on this series, like, are people with pretty big YouTube channels. There's a guy that has a karate channel who's very good.
By the way, we got to get these masks if we're
He
going to
gets like
film
a bunch of
more.
views.
We gotta get these
And he was
masks.
in
Clear mask.
he was in season 2, and to get a professional MMA guy, to get like a guy that has like a couple million subscribers, and like a couple guys with millions of subscribers, like be in the show all together to get their
Yeah.
asses beat. It's like mad props.
Yeah.
Like that takes some real producing skill. And it's just, once again, it's great to see because like you get to see these people who are good on camera and good at what they do all get together and like tackle the same scenarios and watch it play out. So anyways, I'm super into this stuff.
Are they where are they based?
It looks
I think he's in Europe.
definitely.
It looks like it.
And yeah, and the first thing he did when they flew in was he checked to see if he could scam them. Yeah, to see like how easy to steal their bags. Who's got the
whoa.
best like spider sense about getting tricked?
Oh, whoa. Oh man.
Yeah,
Devious.
it's great. Anyways, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So I guess we'll wrap up the podcast with that recommendation. Lots of good channel recommendations here.
Yeah.
That's cool.
90%
goes.
of my YouTube algorithm is literally just about the NBA.
Oh wow.
Like, I'm not even kidding. Straight up, like, I will watch like 1 to 3 hours of NBA content every night. Like, people have no idea how into the NBA I am.
Do you ever watch John Boy Media?
John Boyd.
He does
John
all the
Boyd?
lip reading. No, John Boy. He does all the lip reading for sports highlights. He doesn't do JOMBOY.
Yeah.
He,
I think I have.
He doesn't do basketball very often. He does it once in a while.
I think I have.
But yeah, I love his breakdowns and like the footage he gathers, and his analysis is always really good. Yeah, I don't know. I just threw that in here too. All right, there's all my recommendations.
There's a
Oh,
brief
right.
2-week span there where I was a baseball fan when the Dodgers were in the World Series. But outside of that, I was I'm not really a baseball fan.
I force myself to not be a fan when that happens because it feels too hollow. Yeah, Christian, will you take us back to the chat?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I haven't seen the chat in ages.
Anyway,
My wife pops in.
all right, everybody, we're gonna wrap up this podcast for today. We'll do the after party here on quarterdigital.com. But thank you for listening to us, joining us for another week.
Also, pour one out for our patron saint, Nico Harrison, losing his job. I feel really bad about that.
Who's Nico Harrison?
He was the guy who traded Luka from the Mavs to
my
the
God.
Lakers.
More NBA talk.
He's a saint. He's the
Oh,
best person. I'm being very joking. Everybody hates him.
when you said
He
Nico Harrison,
ruined a multi-billion-dollar franchise overnight.
Oof.
Yes, he did.
Anyway, sorry. My basketball is leaking. But yeah, Preston Goes. Give that a watch.
Post show on quarterdigital.com.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
Thanks for watching,
Welcome
everyone.
to the post show.